wanted to build on one thing as well, is that Alistair has played in a team with a lot of these players from Renegades. And I feel like that's also a case of Renegades understanding how to shut him down. And that's why, for me, I feel like this is a case of where Gyro really needs to come in. His mid-game calling, his counter adaptations to what Renegades are going to be throwing is going to be absolutely crucial. And Ricky's just copped a dink straight up, just down mid from Dexter with a P250 at that range to kick things off. Renegades are here, and they're hitting shots already.
And they're going to be going towards B after getting that goosh. At least Ricky will be able to play the headshot line. 3 CTs over here as the smoke goes onto door and Renegades get ready to bust into that B site.
Messages certainly sent early. And Ricky at least has the headshot line to play with such low HP. However, he's going to show a bit of shoulder instead. Tries to hide his head. As Renegades shoulder through, flashes come to follow as Hats just bouncing around like a bunny, trying to draw a lot of attention. That's going to be 2 nice entries. Instant Melter doing the honors. Nice shot from Hats as well. And that's almost the round already. Order, the rotations are starting to come through, but Renegades, a solid post plant already.
Just the flashes are just so good coming out from Renegades. As you can see, it's like the timing of the second flashbang catches the car player completely blind, but the T's are turned ready to face at the right time. This is just the scary part where everything is just so well executed and coordinated, where you can go, well, how come Order didn't even get a shot in? It's because they were blinded out before they even had a chance. Just the players right now for Order just trying to save onto the body armor. Most likely looking to maybe force up a couple of pistols in the back of this, but Alistair dinked down to 1 HP. That must have been the P250 surely to that low, or a Glock double tag. I guess we'll find out if he does go down here, and I think he might. There you have it. It was Dexter getting that dink with the P250. And that's...
I mean, you talk about the flashes, right? This is Valiant sitting at car here, okay? This is when the execute's coming and you see the door smokes down.
Yep.
This is what he sees. He's full white. That's like 4 or 5 seconds.
And then
instantly full white. He sees someone for like 2 seconds, full white again.
That's what I mean. It's just like the layering of the flashes from Renegades. You just like look at the entry of the T's coming out. They're all facing away from the flashbang. It's just the small things where I just go, I mean, Order are going to force up into this. It is going to be that B site test one more time. They're just full sending it.
Let's see what Ricky can do to stop it. Val at least finds a headshot this time. Oh, the sidearm has been pulled out as Malta was running in, just ran out of bullets. And it's a mop up again, a bloodbath on B.
It's just
and
switching
that's the round.
Switching to a CT POV, dead. Switch to another CT, dead.
Dead. See you later. Blind as well.
Blind,
so
dead.
Very similar to that pistol round, and Renegades just making this round go as quickly as they possibly can. Ali does have the scout to play with. So
it reminds me of a Renegades game against Avant a little while ago, where Avant started out on CT and then went down like 9-0, and Renegades just went B again and again and again and again. Hope that that's not the start that Order gets off to, because you really want to get that money rolling on the CT side. That's quite important. Get those double orbs, get the full util, but I'm not sure Renegades is going to let them.
Yeah, well, speaking of util, look at that. There is 8 pieces still remaining for Renegades at the end of the round. So there was a heavy investment, but it was just the SMGs creating so much space.
Look at Ricky. He's got his bloody hand over his face for like most of the round.
Yeah.
Just like, what do you even do, mate?
All right.
Pause.
It's been more tech pauses in Australia than in Asia. What's going on recently?
Very true.
Someone's got a dodgy PC.
I was pretty sure it's Gyro, right? Gyro's always dropping out. Although it could be someone else today, who knows. Anyway, while we're paused here, I don't know how long this one's going to go for. Oh, not long. Don't worry.
Oh, there we are. We're straight back.
It was just a breather. They just needed to go, boys, come on, look, bloody... Something's going wrong. Tech issues in the brain.
My screen white for some reason every single time T is entering.
Not sure what's going on there.
Well, still the scout up for Alistair, but it's mostly just going to be a full save for Order. Throw that smoke on the cross to keep the T's guessing. Now Renegade sending it out long, where there is actually a lot of players here for Order. Flashes going over the top.
Oh,
that's
goodness.
Just a juicy nade from Dexter. Dear God, and just follows it up with a deagle headshot.
Dexter's just running out with a deagle at the moment. And Alistair's just going, what's going on again? He's just the last man left standing, and they're just running at him at this stage. Ooh. I mean, that's at least a single pick-off. Has the ability to do a bit more damage. Going to be going for the re-engagement, but unfortunately not a high enough roll onto Sicko. Even then, a very quick 3 rounds for Renegades for now.
Yeah, oh my. That was certainly something, as we do see 1 AK and the AWP carried over into this round. Although Sicko brought that one up. Going into round 4, Order also on the guns. Ali finally with the big green in hand. Let's see if he can have some influence, as we need the rest of the boys to have some influence as well, just to hopefully be able to see their opponents this time. Let's see if the flashes will reign supreme for Renegades again.
They're sending it B. Again.
Double nade straight off the wall and a flash over the top. It's actually a retake setup, and that's going to work a little better for Order this time around. Ricky's going to get a pick off, and almost another one straight through that smoke, but Renegades at least will get onto the B-bomb site and get that bomb down. A lot of util here for Order. They got a Molotov, they got a couple HE nades, they got Gyro on the big flank.
Oh, but Malta is very ready for Gyra's position. However, he looks away, and that could be the opening. Gyra spots his prey, but doesn't hit the shot, so now Malta needs to come back and help out the boys. The time is ticking away here in the post-plant. Hat's just waiting for these flashes to come through, but it's a molly to force him out of position. Now, in come Order with the back of the flash. No, they've decided against it, leaving it maybe a little bit too late. Gyra starts to frag. Ricky's here as well. Not sure what's going on, but it's all up to Malta to try to clutch it, as he's got the Galil in hand. Shots onto Ali, running out of bullets, and the defuse is going to be held, but Ricky had no kit. He's got no head to think with. There you go. It is 4 in a row for Renegades at the start of D2.
Oh, there's miscommunication in my mind over there, because I think Ricky and Estilla unfortunately were tanking a Molotov because they were blinded out, but Gyro was committed and actually got 2 kills, which then was the call for Order to re-engage, but Estilla was nowhere near the site. So to me, that's just a bit of miscommunication, maybe a bit of a kind of difference in what people wanted to do.
Malta very happy with that clutch.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. That was big miscommunication from Order. Half of them were going for it, some of them weren't going for it.
Yeah.
That's either an overcall or just somebody going off doing their own thing. Unfortunate, very winnable round. 5 on 4, they had the big flank coming in. That's a very doable retake. I feel like if Order's not playing against Renegades in that round, they probably win it. That's just a mental thing, 100%. You don't second guess yourself against another team when you're in that situation.
Not only were they confused, but I was confused as well, because I saw, the 2 players running away down B ramp and then Ricky running in with Gyra, so split decision. Well, let's see if Renegades can keep this clean and make it 5-0. Order, they do have that 1 M4 to play around, and that's going to be positioned over towards the A site. Order heavier presence towards B, as Renegades again just going to be rushing straight in. Still got a lot of confidence here, trying to make their way through. Ricky just trying to jump in with the Zeus, but looks a little lost now, as that's going to be the man advantage again. Make it 2, and probably yet another round.
Who's bullying the B side?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, in fairness, Order have not had the best buys to kind of fight this off just yet. I think we'll see a much better round from them next time when they've got the full buy, potentially the double AWP, full utility to work across the board. But for now, Renegade's off to a pretty red-hot 5-0 start, and we haven't really seen too much outside of them beyond go B, and then there's a signature go A long fast, and it hasn't really evolved beyond there, and it hasn't needed to.
Just keeping it simple, and Order can't deal with it. Got to force your opponent to have some kind of a response.
Well, Renegades, really liking what we're seeing from them so far. Just solid teamwork, all going together and making sure those trades come through, and they lock these rounds down. So they did lose 2 there, trying to make their way into CT to save, but they have found Valiance over towards the car. So more damage done to the financials. Oh, okay. A little bit of love.
Just shows the difference in mentality between the 2 teams, really.
Yeah.
There's just no pressure on Renegades at the moment. Absolutely none.
At least they're not going B, because the spawn's not 4 there. But
right,
might see a bit of...
instead.
Yeah.
Double AWP here. Alistair going to try and go anti-flash, and he does actually dodge the flash very well there and manages to post up on that long line and get the first pick. So that's a really good pick from Alistair. So far, every time I've seen him take a shot, he's been hitting it. Unfortunately, a lot of those earlier were with the scout when he's got like 5 people running at him in a straight line. So if he can keep the impact level high and how consistently he can do it.
Forced back at the car. Let's see what Renegades do off the back of it. Plenty of util. Malta just waiting for that re-aggression, knowing Ali loves it. Flash over the top, he's missed his shot, and that is Malta hitting his. Beautiful to even things up at 4 alive on either side.
Could have been a big difference if he's able to land that shot, stays alive maybe, or forces it into at least a 4-on-3. So Order just going to be retaking this mid pressure now, or retaking at least one area of the map, leaving Ricky just posted on that long angle, but out comes the long smokes, and they're going to have to most likely retake. Jareth, though, doesn't look like he wants to retake, just wants to fight it with that defensive smoke deployed around the site, and he's going to find a nice little angle to work with the trades. Better from Renegades, 3-on-3.
We are going to see the boost up. Ustillo tries to get over the top. They're making a bit of noise. Dexter communicates that, but he's going to lose his life as he plants open. So, Renegades, they still have a very solid post plant with that bomb. Down in the open, Sicko and Pitch should be able to play clutch as Hats as well. Just waits for this aggression, and he'll find the first man. Brings it to that 2-on-2 smoke on the corner, allowing Ustillo some space to get to ARAM. Sicko tries to help out his teammate, and help he will. As Ricky going to be left last alive just with the AWP, and knows that that crossfire is just way too much for him to deal with. That's another for Renegades fighting that round well in the post plant.
And that's kind of another situation where Order are really not going together in that retake. You know, very split up. They are boosting people up, don't get me wrong, but it's like every time you see an Order player take an engagement going for that retake on the A site, there's only one player shooting. There's only one player swinging at a time. Where's the trade potential on Valiance there? Where's the trade potential on Alistair earlier on? You know, they're not playing together at all. It's all these players individually taking duels one at a time. Whereas when Renegades come into the site, one player gets killed, instant trade.
Good to see Hats is back in the house today. He's changed his location.
Yeah, he's not wearing a beanie for this one either. So Sicko going to be on the angle, but it's going to be mollied off.
Yeah, 4-man stack from Order over towards A long as well, putting high priority in taking this piece of map control. Take it they will. Jaro just jumping across, making sure no one's posted on the line.
They burned a lot of utility to do it. They're going to throw a deep smoke in Long Heart, which doesn't seem like it's very effective. No, there's like a little bit of an angle where Ins might be able to see someone.
What?
Yeah, that's a misthrown smoke. Yeah, it could. Look, I don't think it was a smoke bang. There's clearly a gap in the left side of it. I'm going to give Ins the benefit of the doubt that that wasn't just random spam. That's unfortunate. Oh, Order just, I mean, it was 1 minute 10 on the clock. They, again, lose another pick, which is untradeable. And they really don't have very much utility to play through the rest of this round.
Good molly, just to flush out bedroom quickly. Ustillo will fall all the way back towards the A site where he's only got that one flash to hold with. Order. Solid crossfire at mid if Renegades go this direction, but it looks like they are interested in taking some short control.
And look, there's 3 Renegades players here. Ustillo is going to aggress. Sure, he's in a 5-on-4. At least he finds the timing, but still, best case, that's best case scenario. He gets 2 Stickos there to trade still. And now it's a 3-on-3, which should still favor the Ts, especially when they have short control. And you're seeing 3 CTs all split up all over the place. They're trying to hold everything at once. At least there's a bit of a shift now. They're rotating, but unfortunately, the utility has kind of baited Ricky off of that B side, and Hats is just 1 step ahead.
Perfect timing on the push out of B tons. That bomb's coming in, but it may just be too little, too late.
it's-
They
yeah,
aren't
they're
going to
late.
have time to plant, and all Ali has to do is survive on 20 HP to win the
missed it.
round. What? Renegades outplaying themselves to give Order their first round.
I don't know what to say about that one, to be honest. I think a couple of seconds off. Those are usually the rounds where Renegades is usually quite well timed on. But, yeah, definitely outplaying themselves a little bit there.
I think it's also the danger they didn't want to commit through mid. It's the most dangerous route, but the fastest way to get to the B site from there where the bomb was being carried from. But look, Order do manage to get the first one on the board, but still not
really earned.
It wasn't really like a case of, look, Castillo did well enough to bring it into contention once again, getting that timing push.
But that's not like...
You don't win a game from that. You win a round.
That's just like a good timing into a multi-frag. That's not Order winning as a team, you know. I feel like such a pessimist, like, you know, just hammering this point home again and again, but I'm just not getting the sense right now that Order is playing together. And Renegades is very much punishing that. They're hammering these sites really hard. They're getting the trades time and time again in the mid-round.
And it looks like Renegades are going to go for the upper dark control. No early aggression this time as they have been smoked off. Val just looking to play at the gate. and hold it as well as he can. But he's only got that Famis to play with. Still a molly and a flash too. But the rest of his team is very far away if Renegades do commit to the B-side execute again. Seems like that's exactly what we're going to see. Molly forces Ricky back to B ramp now as Dexter throws some mid to B utility. But it might be uppers that Order really have to worry about. In comes all the smokes, the flashes, everything. But this time, Order can see. And that's going to be a 3-for-1 trade. Ricky needs to hold down the fort as the rotations will eventually come through. He finds at least where the final man's positioned. And that bomb as well. 3-on-1, Dexter needs to try to clutch it. He's got plenty of time to play with. And it's the flood straight in on that first tap. Nice placement for that smoke to try to isolate some fights. But Ustillo with the Famis will clutch it out. And Order have a successful round, finally putting 1-1 together.
That was a much better round. That's what I've been waiting to see from Order. The crossfire on that B site, playing together, going for the retake. All together. None of this like, oh, two blokes running in, one guy's like holding middle or like saving or something like that. Just everyone on the same page, crossfiring the sites. Don't try to... I feel like Order sometimes are trying to do too much at once. You know, having an extra player aggressing somewhere, having an extra player doing something else, going off on his own. You know, just stick to what you're doing.
And he's starting to run it now for Renegades as well, so Order definitely in with a bit of a chance to try to reset the momentum a little bit here, to try to get a couple more rounds on the board, but a far short take. Malta has been spotted though, just barreling his way down into that catwalk position. So barely 15 seconds in, Renegades does have this short control.
This would be a great round for Order to win. Could really put the T economy in some problems. They've built themselves up a little bit of cash. This would be a great one to convert. Seems like Renegades really keen to go for this A split.
They're setting up the prog smokes and util over on short. However, it looks like they're just going to go for the dry approach instead. Ustillo drops that smoke. Malta peeks and won't see a thing. Smoke will reroute them back towards mid for now. Jira playing anti in the corner. Ali posted on the line. Nice CT setup, but Renegade's not going to fall into that trap.
I guess that instead they want to go for forward towards Cat and just leave ins on the lurk to try to catch one of these CTs. Ustillo is in towards Goose here, and he does have that palm flash ready. Jira being sent in is punished there. Do Renegades still commit to A? Does seem like they want to.
Oh, Ali has to fight from the corner at Kara. It's a rough position to be in, but Ustillo just goes straight in the middle of the smoke and gets behind the Renegades.
Wow.
Two fast ones and a big onto Sicko, which will be finished off by Ricky. There's the bomb in CT, and that should just be the round. Incy's got 20 seconds to try to make a miracle happen. Beautiful placement on the nade, and he could still make this work going into CT where Ricky stands, and he wins the fight. 13 on the clock, but Renegades thank their lucky stars as Ince clutches that back.
It's just another good play from Ustillo where he's just able to try to wrestle it back at a huge advantage from Renegades. They had that long control. They had 4 players up short, but In's just individually just able to read the situation. Unfortunately, Ricky trying to back out. That bomb was actually lost on CT ramp. He was thinking that Inz was going to be pressuring in from short. That's why he's backing into CT, but Inz just a little bit too good. Really, that's a bit of a 50-50 round there where Inz bails Renegades out of a bit of a dicey situation.
Yeah, while they're running their anti-eco, I just wanted to point out, Inz was like anchoring over towards Long Hut when Gyro was flashed in. Just look at this from Inz, okay? Flash comes in, he's turned from it straight away and then punishes the peak. It's like so hard to dodge a flash thrown from long corner like that, but somehow he's managed it in that half a second.
Well, as that's all happened, Alistair's made his way to the top of mid. Renegade's fully aware that this could be a situation, so Ali will fall, but all that info has allowed Order to go and stack the A site. 3 players here just looking to draw some attention with the Deagles.
Yeah, they could try and do some damage. That definitely could help them out here because Renegades' money is pretty crap at the moment.
Edging forward, Sicko on the Galil. Just trying to find some more entries. Renegades utility running thin. And 4 players still so deep, but they've managed to slide Sicko to A ramp. So they're just waiting for some aggression here, maybe on the corner. Order fully unaware of Sicko's position right beside them. There it is, Malta. Clears that short box. Ricky on the offline, not going to be working out. Nasty tap to Gyra. Malta's a machine.
That's just good stuff. And that's what I meant. It's like you look 6 to 7 months ago, like Malta was individually struggling for a bit of form, but he's always been that player where he just grinds it out, just gets back into form. And as soon as he's got that confidence again, you can see it's just weird because this is not in a bad way, mind you. It's like for a long time, I've kind of viewed Malta maybe 6 to 7 months ago, maybe as a bit of a weak link for the team because the consistency wasn't there.
Ooh. Well, Valiance finds one on the sicko, but it's not quite enough. And Renegades stack on one more also. It's going to be 8-2 as we send it into round 11. Renegades really just showing some dominance here on the T side of D2.
Feeling it. Love to see it. Only the one dig frag means that Renegades build up quite a bit of cash after that round. You can see it. 2+ to 4K on most of their players, except for Malta. He did drop over a weapon, I would imagine. Now into another double AWP for Order is one of their win conditions when they really get rolling. They've secured that long controller. Renegades have once again gone for very, very quick catwalk, and it does seem like they're keen to get an A split going for themselves. I like this approach from Order. 2 men posted up in towards upper tunnel. A lot of pressure on the other parts of the map. Surely Order's going to push B tons for info fairly soon.
Just playing the patient game over in that side of the map as Renegades start to throw some util there on short, and that could just be the moment. Order should be pushing up a dark, but look, they don't know what we know. They're expecting Renegades to be holding that default. But Renegades really just playing together as a team.
Gosh.
On the double molly on the same position.
That's a
Triple molly.
That's a triple molly.
Is it? Oh
Yeah.
my.
And it's worked.
It works for a moment. At least they know Gyra's still in pit. They need to worry about him. At Sicko doesn't need to worry. He's just going to hit his shots instead. It's isolated with the bomb, though, and that could be trouble, but they are going to save him. Dexter coming in all the way from short to get the flank onto Ustillo.
Yes.
Now here's the round.
A lot of util here for Order, and that's going to be one of those incendiaries which could make the difference. Malta's pushed out of position, but he can't be picked off. Unfortunate, big missed opportunity to get the man advantage for Order there, but the bomb's still not down here.
They're going to try to do so. Molly misses the mark, and that's going to allow Sicko to plant for plat at least. But Dexter, he's over isolated at car, needs to deal with anyone coming from CT, but there's no one there. It's just Order sending Ricky in from long very late. Nice shot from Ali, and they're going to start to send it forward. Is Dexter going to be spotted there at car? His head, not quite seen just yet. Head down and looking to play the timing game. But I think he's opened along. He was. Ricky spots him looking at his little old feet. And there you have it. 3 on the board for Order. Successful retake after a pretty confusing round, all things considered.
And Ustillo is just having so many impact multi-frags on the CT side here. Absolutely love to see. Spence, I feel like when he joined Order, he was decent, but especially the last couple of months, definitely been one of the better players. In some pretty sick form. Good to see him performing well in the grand final here. Because Dust2 is one of those maps, man, I associate with Ustillo. (2-1-2) here for Renegades. Looking to take things a little slower. Big opportunity for Ricky to actually get a pick toward lower dark here, but falls off the angle. Feels like too much time has elapsed, and he would have been flashed off the angle anyway. Malta chucking one from top mid over there, but now the aggression up short from Alistair. Seeing if he could peek into lower dark himself. Couple of different players here on Order going for aggression in different parts of the map.
Dangerous part. Order don't have much util to work with, but Renegades still 5 smokes left up and standing. Absolutely huge, considering you look at Order. There's what? 2 incendiary grenades to stop this? Alistair on the off angle. Going to come down to the shoulder peak. Not going to be punished, has to drop defensive utility, and that's one of the... Another grenade burnt Renegade still has a full set of smokes to work with.
Cat's been given up here by Order. More so leaning towards defending a mid to B or just holding on to long, going for the retake. There's a mid to B smoke thrown from long. And it's going to be a mid to B fake, actually. Cat's being sent out there, putting a little bit of pressure on, but the rest of Renegades going straight up catwalk now.
And Ali should be the first point of defense. Gets Dexter with Util out. That prog smoke a little bit too deep. Ince drops down, but Util is at the ready. And Ali with another, almost the collat to finish. There's minimal time, and CSGO has to try to stick it now. Misses the quick one. And it could just be a clean round from Order. It is. Ustillo comes in for his third. And that's going to be 4 on the board now for Order. Not letting Renegades get too far out into the lead.
This is beautiful. Like, this is good from Order.
He's lobstering him, dude. Full lobster mode.
Full lobster. 13 and 8. I believe it was
none of
D2 where Ustillo shut down Chiefs' hopes of IEM Sydney.
Oh, yeah.
2019.
Yeah, some of those, all of those frags, like the 13 and 8, none of them are like fluff kills or eco kills. They're all just like multi-frags in gun rounds.
Oh my. Okay, Ricky with the read on the nade. And little old Glocky boy is not going to be able to do too much. Ustillo takes 2, and it's all up to CSGO again. With the Glock in hand. Might be able to find some chip damage.
This is great. These veterans playing so well. This is where I want to see them like pump up the other lads. Get everyone playing well. Because if you look at the stats, this is pretty much what you're seeing from Order.
This is like Estillo's home ground. Like, you look back at Regulators, right? It's online CS. It's Dust2.
Just missing the P90, mate.
Yeah.
Haven't seen him buy that in a while.
I think that's probably a little bit of a step too far against Renegades here.
Nah.
He's no
Race
Dan
it.
King for sure. Out comes the long push. Jara is just going to drop some utility. He's going to back away.
Yeah, Alistair's got mid on lock at the moment.
Oh, Malta is so clean in the entries.
That's really not the pick you wanted to be losing. Now, it's a lot of pressure on Ustillo. Order's got a lot of control and emphasis on other parts of the map, but if Ustillo goes down here, that's the only sort of thread over here for Order that they can hold on to.
Ooh, okay, nice counter util from Ustillo. Allows him out into the open, but CSGO has just locked onto his footsteps.
I think you just save here, right? Oh, they have a lot of cash.
And Ali could thread the needle, which he does. Brings to the 4-on-3 now. Molly will force him back down short, but Malta's still laying in wait at the top of mid. In this position, it may not be checked by Val coming in, fully focused on bedroom. And how's the timing? Malta walks straight into Valiant's screen at least, and Valiant will react perfectly. 2-on-2 as Ali finally gets dealt with over towards short, and now it's Hats and CSGO trying to fight from sight. Ricky coming in from short, Val at long. Looking to pincer their way in. Hats now moves to CT, which allows him not to worry about long coming in, and that's going to be CSGO taking the head off of Val. And on half HP, Ricky decides to hit the Yui, send it back to lowers, and try to save the AWP to the next. But it was a valiant effort considering it was that 3-on-5 situation before.
Yeah, bloody good shot from Malta. I think if Jara doesn't go down there, Order has a lot more time to explore other parts of the map. You know, maybe push up middle, take that upper dark control and get themselves in a better setup. But as soon as Jara gets picked there, you can see Renegades put the foot on the accelerator, go straight up long. Ustillo feels like he has to kind of make a play a little bit. But he's unfortunately punished for pushing through that smoke. Either way, Order, a slow start for them, unfortunately, but they are definitely recovering very well. Let's see if they can pull themselves back a 6th round.
Thought Renegades were going to try and send it towards that B side again, where they found a lot of success earlier on in the match, but this time they've gone to lower dark instead. Looking for some presence at mid. Valiants drop the early Molotov and jump across to B ramp instead. Order rotating through, have boosted Ricky up towards short. They've got that short and the long control at the moment. Ali, he's playing over towards mid B this time. Nice shot to CSGO to crack things open. Goes back for more, and Hats will trade it through, but it's a 2-for-1, so Order still favoured. Hats starts to throw some util, tries to fake that mid B, but as you can see, there is the push into upper dark, which Val's going for.
I feel like this all comes down to timing right now between Malta as well as Ricky, but Ricky should have the shot. He hasn't really missed too much, and now Astillo also pincering in. The pressure now on Renegades in this final round. It should be Astillo getting the multi-frag, but he is not going to be covered off just at the right time. The Hat's tagged down low, and still phenomenal shots coming out from Renegades to bring it back down to this 2-on-2.
Ince now, plenty of time to get this bomb planted. Val, a nice shot to Hats, and Ince, he's 1-1v2 before, and he's going to try and do it again, but this time Gyra's sitting there ready and waiting. And we are going to see Order find themselves a 6th round as we send it into the half 6-9. Renegades leading by 3. Ladies and gentlemen, do not go too far away. Second half is going to come up just after this break. Stay hydrated, just as Ali is right in your picture, and we'll see you on the other side.
Will you follow me under when I'm crumbling? Every night I wonder, will it ever end? Sometimes I can barely breathe, dear. Sometimes I don't wanna be here. Sometimes I don't wanna be here. Will you follow me under when I'm crumbling? Every night I wonder, will it ever end? Sometimes I can barely breathe, dear. Sometimes I don't wanna be here. Sometimes I don't wanna be here. Will you follow me under? Sometimes I don't wanna be here.
Second half is imminent, and Renegades are looking to stack on a few more as they send it into the CT side with the 3-round lead. And they're very, very good at taking these pistols, but let's see what Order throw towards them as they are now on the attack and looking to get back into the game as quickly as they can on just 6 rounds.
I feel like they've done well enough to grab those 6 rounds on the CT side. A lot of critical rounds that were won by Astillo, getting a lot of multi-frags and getting in the right position. Good composure as well, considering they were down 6-0 nice and early on. They're fighting back, but they need to capitalize, take this pistol and roll forward from there. Renegades, so no doubt, still the favorites. But the first entry will finally go in the favor of Renegades. Or should I say Order.
Two-man advantage. They're going to try and put that bomb down for Catwalk before Renegades retake too much short control through middle here.
Oh, nice timing on the peak. Ali gets the info that there's two players coming in from short and will fall back for now. Make it the third man as from top mid. You can see Ricky's managed to take the head off of Inns. Val as well chimes in. It's up to Hats to try to win in the 1-on-4. And he does have the USP at least to play with. Worried about the flank though. Goes back for more. He has a bit of time to play with, but it looks like Order certainly have his number positioned perfectly. Val, a sharp one, slid straight through the crack there. And it is going to be Order taking that T-pistol, looking to even things up quickly. But Renegades, what do we see from them? Are they going to go for the Force, or will they save for the next?
I think Force, especially on maps where you often see teams prefer that fourth round buy, where you can get the full utility, you can get the AWPs. You often do see that second round Force, and Renegades are going to go for it. Actually, a full commit. Sicko's not even holding extra cash over for an AWP. Wow, big nade stack on long. Luckily, Order didn't have the long spawn, or that could have definitely been a problem. Flash out of the doors. Hats has a counter flash here. Doesn't drop it just yet. I'm waiting for it.
Well, Inns has made contact. There's Dexter lurking around the corner as well. Out comes the Deagles now, as well as the grenades. They're chipping away and doing damage, but Dexter can't follow it up for now. Order staying stagnant. Waiting to see what opportunities they can find, but so far, Renegades are the ones that are grabbing all the opportunities right now.
Stilo's on an expedition in upper tunnel. Could actually take B control and pretty much win this round for Order. He's got a smoke to throw down on the doors here. Lots more noise being made by Gyro, but you can see the rotation back around. Stilo doesn't actually walk into B and get the full control, which will allow Sicko to get back in position and try to hold them back at the choke point. Malta's also got a counter flash in middle here, so this could be a bit of a difference maker. If there's some noise or a flash or a dribble smoke out and Malta gets that flashbang off in time, it could be a difference maker.
Oh, and Sicko's made the call as well. In comes all that utility going both ways. You do have Malta trying to make his way into the window, taking point, and he's going to take some heads as well. Nice shot onto you, Stillo. Sicko still not spotted in the corner. And Ricky, he's going to forget about it as well. There goes the bomb, and the round is in, slips through the smoke. A 10th for Renegades, and the force buy was certainly worth it.
Yeah, I think I wasn't really reading that for what it was. You know, Sicko playing in the car corner, just getting baited from. It sort of lured Order into thinking that they had timing on that flank back around. Very nicely done from Renegades, just biding their time. Fustillo definitely had the timing there, actually, to be able to slip into the B site, but sometimes when you're going up against that force buy, you don't want to take those extra chances sometimes. Love to see that from Valiant. Drops the AK over to Fustillo, who's having a hell of a game for himself, and just takes the P250 in return. Taking one for the boys. Fustillo looking out long for a pick right now. And he's actually just crept out long for free here.
Oh, yeah. And then over towards short, you have that double stack, Renegades. 2 MP9s to hold the A site. And Dexter hidden behind the door there, listening for the jump up on Xbox. He's certainly heard Ali go, but he's just waiting for someone to maybe walk into this 2-man setup they have.
It's creeping up the idiot wall right now. Alistair goes down in middle, but Yustillo's got a timing where he can try to get himself a pick, but there's no smoke for the cross. Ricky's bringing it over. He's trying to get through long doors in time. They're going to run boost onto the site.
Oh, and it's the deep one, but the CTs, they're playing on short, so it might just all go wrong now. As we do see it start to come through. Run boost over Gyro. He's going to be the human flashbang, and it's not enough. The Molotov from Inns gets the job done to Valiant, and there's not much remaining in the round. Bomb in the middle of nowhere. Ricky trying to lurk his way from top mid, but I dare say the AK is what needs to dish the damage, and he's just going to chip more than he gives. Where to from here?
Still going to commit forward at this stage to try to take a couple of aim deals. Sicko's low, definitely could do some damage, but the flashbang is better. And it's still just going to be heads down right now in pit, looking to see what damage he can find. Might just allow time to expire. Renegades' 3 low tagged members means that they most likely will just hold on to whatever weapons they can. I think Dexter has spotted out Astillo and vice versa, but time has just bled away as Astillo. That is clean to do a little bit of damage to that CT economy. Unfortunately, it means that Order don't get the round, but those are some crisp one taps coming out that range. He is really feeling it.
Yeah,
Nasty taps.
I thought honestly he was going to have the timing coming up long there to have some impact, but unfortunately couldn't get across, couldn't get that smoke down on CT. Attack timeout for Order. They're in a very weird game state at the moment, actually. Their money is pretty bad. Ustillo's obviously saved that gun, so he's only got $700 in the bank accounts, and everybody else definitely a little bit less cash. Even if they go into the next round, it's going to be like AK armor low buy in terms of the utility, so I actually don't know where to next here for Order.
Oh, it's still quite early in the second half, and they have a few more buys to get through. But that's if they fight for some extra time, because 11-7, Renegades just need 5 more.
Yeah, the biggest problem really is just, right, Renegades wins this round, they're up 12-7. If they don't lose some picks like Ustillo got towards the end of that round, they're going to have really strong money. It's a lot harder for Order to come back into this game. It's going to be an absolute grind.
Well, let's see if the Lobster can just crack open the B site solo. Seems to be the position he's heading towards. No, mid.
Yeah, you can see Ricky's at top mid with a flash ready for him. They just want to send him.
Right,
Out goes the flash.
As much space as they possibly can, but the mid-door smoke puts him up to short instead. Just clearing close, making sure Dexter's not lurking there again. Over Dexter back towards the B site. In this setup from Renegades.
You can see Ricky's just really enabling him. I thought Ricky was going to run out ahead of him, just try to take some bullets, but it seems like the approach is going to be mid to B here. Would really like to just see Ricky just go forth, find some info for Ustillo, create an opportunity for a trade, but it does actually just seem like they're going to send the Glocking players out of B and let Ustillo do his thing towards A or lurk towards middle.
Sicko on that line as well from A ramp, so should be making contact imminently. Ustillo on the line and misses the headshot this time. Still looking quite sharp. Now he's going to make the rotation back. Here's the push straight out of mid, and he's only got the MP9 to play with, but Sicko deals with the AK, and now it's just the Glocks that remain, and that's going to be mopped up quickly. 3 players from Order need to make their way from upper dark to B, but in comes the damage utility, and there is nothing that Order can truly do on the round.
They just need to go out and die. You can't be saving Glocks over here. And for Renegades, I would just say just back out at this stage. No need to farm up. There's no time really to get onto a bomb site. But it looks like Malta, look, you'll take that as well with the MP9. That's the best weapon to be farming up with. But that could have been huge. I mean, you look at the time, I would have just gone, there's no time to actually get onto a site at that stage. 15 seconds.
And this is the issue I was talking about before. Ustillo's got 3,100. The rest of them are about 4 to 4.4k. Very little utility in a round like this. You know, this is meant to be your gun round where you're trying to crack back into the half, but Renegades has a pretty big advantage here. Plenty more utility. They could go up 13-7, put you on another eco, all of a sudden at 14-7. It's kind of like a domino effect, you know? Order's got to go very quickly. They're going to go straight up catwalk. Ustillo's got out long where he's drawing a lot of attention for himself, so Order needs to take advantage of this window getting up catwalk here.
Yeah, and they're all the way to the elbow. Sicko aware, and we are going to see the CTs flashed off the line. So, site controller's there, Ustillo's gone down, but they're swinging for a little bit more control at long, and it works out. 4-for-1 trade out of nowhere. Order now just have to deal with the final man, Malta, on 6 HP, hiding in pit.
He's got a glue at this range as well. You surely favour the AKs. He gets one more, but Order, the trades are there on point. Ricky and Valiant's both able to find those mid-game duels that really work out. Order, a bit of shock and Order, catch Renegades off by surprise, and I don't mind that.
They had to. You know, you can't play a slower round with that amount of utility. It's just not going to work for you. So I really like that they just confidently got out there, went for a timing play, went straight up catwalk. This round, they're going to have a little bit more util across the board, so they can go for something a bit slower this round if they want. And this is the critical one. This is the economy reset on Renegades, at least for the singular.
Oh, and Sicko misses the mark this time. Something you don't see too often. Couple of flashes invested to get back to safety, and Order going to be happy with the long control.
Yeah, they push them off long, still sort of exploring middle in the meantime and keeping tabs on that extremity towards B. In's just jump spotting lowers, going to try and dunk somebody with a nade at some point. And kind of wondering what the next step is for Order here. They've taken that long control, at least for the time being, and they are going to hold on to it, but what's the plan from here? Do they go and try to push Renegades off catwalk? That's going to be a bit of a task. There's a 4-man stack here. Are they going to apply some pressure mid to B and try to pull some rotations and make that A side defense a little weaker? About 20 seconds have elapsed. Not really a whole lot happening for Order at the moment. Not a whole lot of changes in the rotations for Renegades.
Do they expect Malta here hidden under the stairs again? The double man setup. It's very strong. Ince trying to play anti-flash, but we'll see if some flashes end up coming through. Justillo's certainly bringing 2, but he's low as well, so he should be the one getting traded out here. As they're getting ready to make the move. Ali sharp on the rifle and Malta's dusted. Ince is actually going to drop into CT instead. Try to use the nade at the perfect moment. Going out with back the flash. That's going to be bomb on the ground, but Ricky trades. So salvage for a moment. Again, a 1-for-1 as Dexter goes down. Valiant starting to fire up with the rifle, and Ricky crosses dry. It's dangerous, but it works. And Hats now, he's going to reposition. They knew where he was just before as he sends it back to long. So let's see if element of surprise is going to play in his favor.
This is great from Order at this stage, and Valiant, though, misses the chance with the AWP. Now it's all down to this 1-on-1. Ricky decides to just get himself an elevator to spot the cross, and Hats almost gets the pre-aim, almost gets the double dink.
That's a hell of a raw adjustment. Like, that's the most random off angle from Ricky. Intentionally just peeking in front of elevator. Try and catch him off guard. Does work out for him.
But just solid positions being played from Order as well in this round, and this is what I was talking about. Valiant's definitely stepping it up so far in this series.
Man, they've done it. That's not easy for Order, actually. Those 2 gun rounds back-to-back. Very, very difficult to pull that off. And now they're in a game state where they can definitely even up this scoreline. They've forced Renegades on an eco. Their economy is not great, Order. You know, they're all sitting just over 2k. Even looking into next round, they're going to have a tough time putting AWPs on the board. Not sure how Dexter's doing so much damage on a crack line with a USP like that.
Man's insane. Mechanically gifted. And genetically too, but this time not so much.
Wow.
He's going to be getting his head taken off. Malta similarly, and that's going to be Order, setting us to 10. And now we have a game on our hands.
5 alive, strong economy. Now Renegades goes into the bye where, like, the util's not great. There's no AWP.
Here's the whole thing, right? Order have won 2 buy rounds, and it hasn't been gimmicky ways they've won. They've just won having better T-side, or like a better mid-game or mid-round read than what Renegades had.
They're just going together. You know, they're getting the trades. They're keeping it simple, but it's effective, especially when you're working with low util. Now this is where they actually have a util advantage, so I'd like to see a slower approach now for Order. And so far, you're kind of seeing that. Unfortunate for Jara to get spammed down to almost no HP, and now Ricky's getting caught off guard with the long hut push. Renegades, a bit more aggression out of them, because if you look at the util... oh, the spray. That's BM from Malta. But you look at the util from Renegades, you know, they can't play a long drawn-out round. And it's interesting, you know, just seeing the amount of grenades that a certain team has, how that changes the playstyle. You know, 2 gun rounds ago, you saw Order, they had to speed things up quite a lot. Now Renegades has the low util, and their aggression is giving them some advantages.
So Order just going for a bit of a spam round, just everyone looking for as much damage as they can get through smokes, through doors, and it could be Malta who's going to find some more. Perfect timing on the peak, drops the nade as well to split up both the Order players. And he does have a bit of support over from Carr. Wants to try to peek on Siko's contact with that molly. Will isolate for now. Siko, however, just playing with the M4 instead of the AWP now, and through the molly, Malta another, but Val hits back with 2. And now there's a chance, but it's not that great. If you're looking at Valiance's HP, 26, 5 for Jyra. It's very unlikely that this one works out. And Jyra's also allowed Dexter to get through, but Val another. Looking sharp now.
Even if they don't get this round, that kill is the difference maker. Jyra.
This is all timing. Jyra's actually found the timing. But there's no time. He have to go through mid, and Ian's going to stop this, but Jyra! It just goes absolutely monstrous alongside with Valiance. Forget about experience. It's the young stars for Order that get it done on that clutch.
That's insane that they come away with that round. And that's another singular economic reset on Renegades. 2 players surviving. Now you're going to see Renegades get very close to full loss bonus as we even up this game. So both teams are going to have quite a lot of money in towards the tail end of this game. Order's built it up from a lot of consistent success over a couple of rounds, particularly if they don't lose too many guns here.
Oh, and Great start for
no.
Renegades. 2 kills on the pistols, which will be traded, and that's going to be long control. But even so, look where the bomb is, and look where Dexter's managed to slide to.
Jara's seen him though.
Oh, but Dexter's
No.
just a bit better. How does Dexter go charging up mid and do this? But he looks away at the wrong time. Valiant, he's been looking very sharp so far on this T side.
Oh, Hat's already made his move, and he's managed to pick up the AK, get into lower dark, and get into a very advanced position. But Order, they're going to double back. They know they had long control before, but they still don't know where Ince is.
Even just these couple of kills though, like I was saying in the last round, just the fact that Renegades has picked up a couple of frags in this round, it makes the comeback a little bit easier now that they've got that full loss bonus built up. See if they can pull it off though. Swindle around away from Order. Ricky and Valiant walking together through long. This is exactly what you want to be seeing in a 2-on-2.
Into Ince's crosshair though, who flashes the line. Smoke comes back the other way too, and it's going to be the full wall, but that could allow Ince in. Molly actually to cover and slow down the push. 30 seconds on the clock for Order to completely take the site. They know that there's a player from short with that nade coming through, so Order have all the information in the world at the moment.
One short, one CT. It is going to be a plant for long, so Ricky can just play this post plant. But Valence has a lot of responsibility right now, just staying alive as long as he can and just buying time. But Hats cracks open a nasty one. No kit for the CTs to work with, no body armor, and Ricky at a favorable position. Hats is going to take the angle firstly, but Ricky has just got the advantage from that dual position. Time is ticking away, and Ricky has won this for Order. Just the aim a bit shaky right now as he's trying to tap away at the header bins. It's a really long, drawn-out duel, but at the end, Ricky is going to take it and force the draw. But that was a close round once again from Renegades. Started off with Dexter at mid, just one being Alistair at that distance.
That was perfectly played as well.
Yeah, you look at all the util. Like, this is exactly how you want to use your util in a 2-on-2. You get both the smokes on the cross, you get the molly to push ins back, then you're going to have another molly to get Hats off of that short line as well. You know, they're really minimizing the risk of those CTs coming and taking some aim duels against them and allowing them to get their bomb down and get them in a post plant.
And Ali looking to get something done at mid, but it's Dexter with the AWP of his own, sliding it over to green box, and another for Sicko. The AWP's reigning supreme for Renegades, and it's the double AWP setup that really might just be the answer. 3 on 5 now. How to Order play back into the round from here?
It's not something Order has had to play against just yet, and that's what I was talking about. All that loss bonus building up. It almost makes it harder to play against Renegades once you get to this 12-12 scoreline.
For me, this is the part where the calling needs to be phenomenal for Order, because Dexter, at these stages, this is where he really accelerates. Out comes the short progression smokes, but Tico's still going to be on the angle. Flashed off. He's going to counter flash, but he still is applying a lot of pressure right now. He's blinded by something, but he
did a 360
shots this time. Sicko, a bit of style and flair. Still a 2-on-5. Plant's going to go down, and you can't count Alistair and Jara out of this situation. They're boxed in, but they're going to be fighting this.
Jara's shadow certainly spotted as he jumps across to short. If not, he's heard. And now it's Ali as well, who needs to go big, but it's his big head that gets in the way. Sicko hitting everything. 3K already. And Jara not able to do any damage at all. 5 alive for Renegades. They couldn't ask for more here.
Yeah, this is how you style on people, honestly. You get the quick 360 in there. It's just ridiculous. You can't just do it to him like that, Sicko. Disgusting. But, you know, we were talking about it, the loss bonus.
Have a look at it
I just
again.
can't get over it. I know it's tactical. You know, you want to try and change up your hitbox, make yourself more annoying to hit, especially if you got, you know, a reasonable enough sense to be doing it. The double AWPs definitely gave Order some issues there, and now they're completely out of cash. Very little loss bonus for them at this point, and probably only the singular. So this is all the money that they've really got access to for the next couple of rounds, and there might not be a next couple of rounds in this game if Renegades wins this one and puts them on a save.
Getting dangerously close again. Renegades full control of long. Nice and early hit. Zorda going to lower dark and might just find mid for free if they play their cards right. 3-2 split for Renegades. Very safe on both the extremities.
Order just taking their time moving through the map. You are right. It is a very passive setup for Renegades, holding a lot of util. Flashes out mid. Take a little bit of control of Catwalk. Order's done that. 3 smokes, 4 flashes to get into a bomb site and try to get a post-plant situation, get some trades out. I like that they just run boost across instead of burning another flash. They have precious few of them left. It will just be a short execute to try to get in here. In's on the ramp. He's going to chuck himself a one-way, but not even use it. Just play behind the boxes here.
Making a lot of noise, though, as the nades start to push him out of position. 48 HP remains for him. He's dodging all these flashes coming in. Great position, and still the crossfire established. Sicko trying to fight from long, but Val goes through the smoke to make it work. He falls. But the bomb will be planted just in time. Ali covering. Jyra stuck on site for now. But Ali, another as he peeks into CT. Very dangerous game he's playing now. But that's the man advantage.
Man advantage as well as positional advantage for Order. They've got Dust2 on the late lurk, and they've completely cut off the CTs. Molotov seems to recognize the danger, but he's unable to land the shots, and Dust2 just staying alive buys amazing time. Renegades trying to back out and save. They're trying to punish Dust2.
Yeah,
they've got rid of him, but that's really, in reality, is just a Galil. Sicko missing a shot, almost gets punished.
So much patience from Dust2 there. You absolutely love to see it. He waited in long hut for the entire round, never overcommitted. Malta was holding it a lot of that time for, 25, 30 seconds, just waiting for the lurk push. And Dust2 never gave it to him. No reason to. When you're taking the site, you're getting yourself in a post plant. You don't have to overextend. The onus is on the CTs to go and retake the site. See so many players that are playing those lurk positions, playing those wing positions, overcommit, just throw their life away, make the retake easier for the CTs who don't have to worry about the flank anymore. Just the presence is enough.
Dexter, goes through and almost finds it. He does
no.
on the double take through the doors. And is that going to be the difference maker? Order tried to accelerate over towards the B site, but Dexter's coming in here as well, and he's hitting everything with the big green. But the bowl goes back, and Val goes down to half now. Jyra tries to create some space, but the crossfire is strong. Nice flash, but it's even nicer from Hats as he gives some haircuts for free. And that could just be the round already. 4v2, Dust2 and Ricky, the veterans. Can they pull their way back in?
This is an almost unbreakable crossfire. You can see just the swing on the contact. I mean, Ricky, he's being flanked from all angles at this stage as well. Renegades just...
Their money's broken, Order. This is the roughest position to be in. That comeback just broke them. It was such a sick string of rounds for Order, but this is, how this is how the CS economy works now. Like, you get the full loss bonus on the CT side. They lose 5 or 6 rounds, then they get that double AWP rolling, they string a couple of rounds together. All of a sudden, their money is booming. But the Ts, who have won 5 rounds in a row, lost a couple of players along the way a lot of the time, haven't built up that strong T economy. They win a couple of rounds, they start trading rounds back and forth. That's not good enough, unfortunately. You can't be going down into these clutch situations in the current state of the economy because one team has got 5 loss bonus, one team's got 1 loss bonus. When you're trading rounds back and forth, Renegades get 3k, Order get like 2k.
That's an interesting stat. So apparently for this tournament, Order have only converted about 40% of their round 2, like force buys, or not force buys, but anti-ecos. Whereas Renegades have won every single round 2, regardless of what the scenario is. Force buys, anti-ecos.
It's gross.
And the problem is here, when you're looking to scoreline at 14 to 13, those are the 2 to 3 rounds that you do want as Order all of a sudden.
Well, Order pretty much rubbing their last couple of dollars together, seeing what they come up with. Handful of pistols, very limited util, some Galils. This is just not what you want. Backs against the wall, up against the Renegades that are fully kitted out, a double AWP, plenty of util.
Dexter playing from a strong position there at the back of Platt with that AWP in towards tunnels he looks. And if Order run in this position, they could certainly be in trouble. He's still got that molly to drop, smoke, nade, everything.
I think it's got to be a sharp timing on the mid to be here. Dribble smoke out of upper tunnels. They've done their due diligence, Order, taking Catwalk, but they've used all their utility doing it.
They have no flashbangs. They've only got a couple of smoke grenades to work with.
That's what I'm saying. It has to be the dribble smoke out here from Dust2. He's got it ready. Jyra's got a smoke for mid to be. This is basically just going to have to be, they pray to God you don't get smoke banged.
Out comes the regression smoke, but Dexter going to be dropping defensive utility at the same time. Meant to be pressure slowly coming forward as well at the same time, but they need to start moving. Is Dexter just not just firm on that platform angle?
This is great from Order.
These smokes are starting to die away, though. Just comes down to timing. Alistair leaps out, gets the first headshot. Dexter, though, going to try and stay alive as long as possible. And I just think he hasn't landed enough shots over here. Now Order can upgrade some of these weapons, but they have no utility to fight against the 2 flashbangs and 2 HEs that Renegades currently have. In's going to drop one on the bomb planter. Here we are, 3-on-3 retake.
Oh, can't see a thing, and Ali's going to take his eyes out with that shot. Nice position from him at car, but they know that he's there playing with his food at the moment. 2-on-3, Renegades. It's going to be hard to crack back in, but now they've disassembled the crossfire. Ali down. Malta tries to go back in, hitting everything at the moment. Val on the line with the orb, and he's going to find himself a double order.
What a strat.
Keep us even off the pistol by 14-14, and Ali's loving it.
That's huge.
What a call. What a bloody strat. That was literally the perfect call. They use so much utility, just pushing Renegades off of Catwalk, limiting the information. They drop the smokes. They don't rush or anything. They don't die to the counter utility that comes out for Renegades. They do their due diligence, and they get themselves out of a very rough situation.
Oh, Alistair, this is where you start getting a bit scared, because Alistair is starting to get a bit off the chain.
Got a lot of confidence.
1-man advantage, 1 minute 40. Order pump the brakes, waiting for the aggression which comes to upper tunnel. Ustillo is in the lurk position, patient as ever. Does not budge an inch, this man. Funny how times have changed. Used to be the man who would just P90, never let go of W. Now the patient lurker. Ready to punish the upper dark push. Beautiful stuff. A 2-man advantage for Order here.
They're loving this, but do they expect Dexter to re-aggress as well on the line with the AWP? That's a lot of utility he'll lose if he does fall. For now, they hear this push out mid-B, and Dexter drops that smoke, recalculates his vision over towards the window. Val might be able to slide through, and he does. Ince, though, finds Ricky, but the bomb's made his way to site. Dexter's gone down as well in all of this action. As Ustillo, he's wrapping through the mid-doors.
Needs to start making a bit of a move on, though. Somehow Renegades managed to bring back this deficit. Valiance is going to be taking that Molotov, but it is going to be Ustillo trying to make his way around the back. Inns, though, going to be sticking that defuse. Ustillo trying to move forward. It is going to be Renegades that barely grabs the defuse. It comes down to that final couple of milliseconds, which works in the favor of Renegades and not in Ustillo, who's just a little bit too slow this time to the action. And now it's going to be Renegades, a single match point, but their money. I mean, I would say both sides' money is cooked.
The money of both teams is absolutely cooked here. And you would think most of the time that should probably favor the T's, especially because Ustillo has been able to hold on to an AWP. That is a big difference maker. This is where you're going to have to see Renegades put together their money, grab some MP9s, maybe a scout, something like that, a couple of rifles, and we'll see what they want to be going for in a round like this, because I don't think you can play a slower, more defaulty kind of round in this situation. They had about 3 to 4K across the bank. You're seeing it. Scout comes out on Sicko, 2 MP9s. Dexter gets an M4. Ince is the only one with a full buy with all of the utility that you could possibly want. This is where Alistair can bully with the AWP. He hasn't got head armor, though, in a round like this. Really? You're not going to buy head armor?
Very dangerous.
Oh, really? Man. Up against MP9s? Okay. We'll see how this goes.
Full prioritization of that utility, and it's a faster approach for Ustillo, going over to the short side of Upper Dark, which he's been on many a time.
Renegades take that long control. Malta, you can tell he's itching for a long heart push. Someone needs to take a risk. He does hear that flashbang on the other side of the smoke. He's going to sit inside the smoke. If Ricky goes down first here, this could be the perfect timing, but Alistair, he's managed to quick scope him in the side of the smoke. That's going to be a man advantage for Order, who are looking to bring this into OT.
Let's see if they can get back from this position. Renegades, they're pushing up a dark, and Ustillo's caught with his pants down this time. Won't have laid the trap, and that's an upgrade too.
All going to come down to Ian's getting this spray down. He's going to be flashed off the angle. There is going to be assistance from Sicko. But Gyra, pretty solid these entries so far, doing the damage. Now Ricky is going to be that wombo combo. Order surely and steadily bringing this back into overtime territory. Flashbangs coming forward. They're trying to contest, but the veterans for Order, they're bringing it back. It's all down to Hats right now, and he can't get the spray down. And there it is. It is going to be overtime. I believe we are heading to a short break before we're going to come back for some more Dust2 action.
Been friends for a long time now. Always have a good time whenever we go out. But you've been calling me up all the time and sending me signs and giving me them eyes. And you've been saying that you found the one, texting me junk and you wanna talk, but you can't say why. I can't get there and you know I've tried. You know I don't wanna waste your time. City lights, I'm looking in your eyes, but I can't say why. Doesn't feel right to call you mine. You know I don't wanna waste your time. I can't get there and you know I've tried, but I can't say why. Feeling lost like I just want a time back time. Choked up, tell me how do I say this right? Cause you've been calling me up all the time and sending me signs and giving me them eyes. And you've been saying that you found the one, texting me drunk and you wanna talk, but you can't say why. I can't get there and you know I've tried. You know I don't wanna waste your
I hope you all grabbed your popcorn because we are in for a thriller. OT on the cards when it looked like Renegades were going to close that out earlier, but Order's T-side so damn strong to take us back to overtime. And it could have been the win too if we did see Usila get that kill in the last second of the Ninja defuse, the stick from Ince, because pros don't fake. But into overtime we go.
It's taken such tenure from Order on this T side, really. Just been plugging away such a solid T side of Dust2 Definitely one of the favorite halves I've watched in quite a while, just in terms of tactics. Been an absolute pleasure to watch, but it didn't get them across the line. They still got more work to do in OT here. Continuing on the T side for Order, and at least now they'll have a hell of a lot more util to work with. It's taking their time moving through the map.
Just a very slow approach now. That's jiggling close to upper dark. Flashed off, but won't drop his smoke just yet. Order looking for a bit of mid-control. Dexter takes Ricky. And that's going to be first blood, finally found at the minute mark. Rotation back up towards B as well to go for the 2-1-2 split. As you do see Ince make his way into CT, drops that smoke to stop the mid-B split. And Order now starting to make their way up short.
Man disadvantage for them, and not really a whole lot of control of any part of the map except for Catwalk. Inz and Sicko both on this A site with HE grenades ready to drop. This could do a lot of damage already. Double nade up onto the high ground, doesn't get a whole lot done, and now they execute in from Order.
Counter flashbang's going to come forward as In's pushing the agenda, but Estillo's just ready and waiting at this stage. Sicko going to be locked down in Goose. Molotov's flung his way, but maybe a little bit too shallow as Estillo, he's just striking everywhere possible. The hop as well. Time is starting to tick away, but there should just be enough time for the bomb plant to go down. But somehow Renegades, just with the rifles, managed to scrap together the kills at the end. It is going to be the first round in overtime, going to Renegades, even though Order had the numbers advantage.
There you have it. Malta looks like he's going to be hunting for an AWP somewhere as well, maybe? No. Okay, just opting for the AKs, knowing that it is OT and they have already won that round. So the extra firepower certainly going to be helping them here in overtime. After taking the first round, can they put another on the board? Order, they got full control of site, and yeah, they got the bomb plant, but unfortunately had nothing to do after that as Malta shut them down.
Double AWP still rolling for Renegades. Dex has been doing a fantastic job on that secondary AWP. The amount of confidence that that man has had, just peeking up top mid, peeking into Alistair, you know, going for picks, playing those off angles, just kind of throwing Order off kilter every now and again.
And Order's positioning would tell a tale that they're looking to send it towards the B site again, where they have had a reasonable amount of success, but Val crosses to short instead. The sneaky old smoke at mid doors.
Yeah, I think they're mostly just working the map at the moment. Good flash to push Sicko off of the line. Two more invested after that, and they tank a big nade actually. Inz again, so solid with these HE nades. I remember we, in our podcast with Mytha the other day, he literally said he used Inz as an example for how to throw HE grenades for the rest of his team.
What, over at Mouse? Or like for Renegades?
For Renegades.
Right, okay.
It's like, everyone do what Inz does. Oh, here comes the B hit for Order. Gonna chuck the dribble smoke out. Smoke goes onto the choke point for Hats. He's playing right in front of it.
He's going to get the spray down the first one as well, but Jara is able to get the trade on the drive by Dexter. Now dancing around, spots the shadow, just trying to find the right timing at the right moment. But the flashbang's going to be quite effective from both parties as Dexter, the smoke's fading, is able to drop another one. Inz tucking himself into the corner for now, and I don't think they're going to check this. As Inz finally strikes alongside with Dexter, Renegades now starting to string a couple of rounds together in Order. They've done so well to get to this moment, but some of that shine starting to fall away.
So much patience in that 4-on-2 from Inz and Dexter. You know, just Dexter literally sitting behind that double stack, waiting for Inz to take contact before he goes for another peek. For a good 10 seconds, you can see Order, they're just sitting there. They're waiting for something to happen, but after 10-15 seconds elapses, that's where you have to see Order start to dive over the double stack.
I feel like we don't get to see Dexter on the AWP too often, but we're certainly being gifted today. Nice little bit of entertainment. Out along the doors they go. Malta slides around the corner, and he's going to be able to get his AK out. Holds the spray for two. Ricky manages to trade, and he will connect onto Inz, but even so, the damage already done, and map control established by Renegades at long.
Yeah, T-side has been a far cry from what it was in regulation. It's all been Renegades with this double AWP, with all of the cash in the bank. They're really having no troubles at all, just shutting Order out of the server when they're trying to go for this slower style.
It's all going wrong at the moment. Ali, 1 on 4. We saw him do great things yesterday, but 1 on 4 against Renegades is a very tall task. Now, looks like he's not going to be allowed to do much more as Malta swings in from the top of mid, and Renegades take us to match point again, or map point rather.
Yeah, I'd say this is going to be pretty tough for Order to win 3 in a row on the CT side. They did a lot of their work in this game on that T side, set themselves up with an opportunity to win it, but when it came into OT, the same reads weren't there. You know, very slow stuff from Order, you know, working the map, trying to get that short control, and getting picked off right and left by the AWPs, by the utility, and some nicely timed pushes. Now Order on their own double AWP.
And looking to go for the aggro play into upper dark, but over towards long, you can see Jara's got his head taken off by Dexter. Hat's just waiting in the corner, and he's in the perfect spot now. Expecting the second man flash comes through, and Ali, fully blinded, will get the no-scope of all things. So a chance now for Order, even though they're a man down. But Renegades, looks like it could just be all over for them.
They're pushing the agenda, but is still the man at the moment, and really the man for Order. Going to be trying to defend the best way he can, but Dexter just spraying him and tagging him down low through the smoke. Dexter really stepping it up, even though Ricky's trying his best with his AWP at short, trying to find the angle.
Oh, and Sicko manages to connect. It's up to Ali, 6 HP and a dream, but can't escape back to the escalator, and there it is, 19 to 15.